Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's tutorial is on how to pad the hip of a skirt. So for this tutorial I'm padding a straight skirt, and this skirt has side elastic waistband and a zip at the back. If this sounds like something you're interested in learning, please watch to the end of this tutorial. And if this is your first time coming across my video, you're welcome. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed, and don't forget to like this video. So displayed on the screen are the measurements for cutting this skirt. I folded my front into two and my back into two. The back would have the zipper allowance. Okay, so I'm going to be telling you the measurement you put on fold. So the actual hip circumference I'm working with for this tutorial is 46 inches. So I'm going to bring my foam. So whatever the thickness of your foam is, the thickness of my foam is 0.5, that's half inch. Okay, so and my skirt is folded into four, the front into two and the back into two, that is four. So I'm going to multiply the 0.5 by 4. That would give me 2 inches. So these 2 inches, I'll add it to my hip circumference, which will give me 48. 48 divided by 4 will give me 12 inches. So the quarter of my hip measurements on my main fabric is 12 inches. So take note of that. Then from my waist to my hip is 10 inches, but I removed 1.5 inches for band. I'm going to attach band to this, so I have 8.5 on the fabric here. And then to my knee line, or should I say 3 inches before my knee line, is 19 inches. So measure yours. This person is tall, that's why it's up to 19 inches. And the length of the skirt is 42 inches, but I removed 1.5 inches for my band. Now for the skirt waist, I'm going to have elastic by the side, so I will not use the actual waist of this person. I'm going to use the hip. So you subtract 2 or 3 inches from the hip circumference. So I'm going to subtract 3 inches from the hip here, and I have 43, sorry, divided by 4 will give me 10.75. So that's what I'll use as my waist, cut of my waist on this skirt. So I'm going to impute that 10.75 plus 1 inch for that. I'm going to add 1 inch for that on the waist. Then on the hip, I'm going to impute 12 inches. That's accommodating for the foam that will be added. Okay, then I would connect the measurements on the waist to the measurements on the hip. I'll also take 1 inch side seam allowance on both the waist and the hip, and also connect that. Then I'm going to take the total measurements I have on the hip line, which is now 13 inches, including the seam allowance. Then that 13 inches, I'll subtract 2 inches from it, and then put the measurements I have, that's 11 inches, on the 18 inches line. So I also came in by 1 inch so I can have my seam allowance. I'll connect this measurement to the measurements on the hip line. Then I'm going to take all that measurements I have on this 18 inches line, and I'm going to bring that down to the hem of the skirt. You can just bring that down, but what I did was, when I brought down the measurements, I removed extra half inch. I wanted to even pencil. I want this to be a pencil skirt. So depending on who you're making it for and how you want to make this, you can just maintain the measurements or even reduce it. So I'm going to connect the measurements on the hem of the skirt to the measurements on the 18 inches line. So I'll quickly mark out my dart using half of the bust span circumference I'm working with. Please note that this tutorial is not really on how to cut a skirt. I have a detailed tutorial on the channel on how you can draft a pencil skirt with overlapping vents, and also the side elastic like the one I'm making here. So I'll drop links to those videos in the description so you can check them out. So I'm just going ahead to take out the dart for this. So for the zipper allowance, I actually have more than I need because of the overlapping I need for the slit. So I'm going ahead to take 1.5 inches from the waist to the knee length, the 18 inches length, 1.5 inches for my zipper allowance, and I'll connect this point like this. So after connecting it, this next step is not compulsory, but I usually do it for my skirts. From the zipper allowance, I'll come in by half of an inch and connect it down to 2 inches before the hip line. This is to let the zip lay flat at the back so it doesn't puff up. So I usually do this, but this is not compulsory. You can skip this step. So after taking this off, I'm going to have shortage. I'll replace it after all my measurements at the side, and also connect it. The half inch I remove, I'll connect it to 2 inches before the hip at the side like this. This is only for the back. So after doing this, I'm going to take my joining allowance. I'm attaching a band to this, so I'll just take half inch for attaching the band, and then I'll go ahead to cut out my skirt. I'll cut the back first. So I'm cutting the parts that affect the back first. So after that, I'm going to raise the front and cut out that extra half inch that is joined that is not needed in front. I hope you understand. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm also notching where my dart is so that I'll be able to trace my dart on the other side of the skirt, and I'll slit this side open because that will be my slit. So like I said, I'm going to trim out that half inch that is not needed for the front, and then for the front also at the center front like this, I'm going to come down by 3/4 of an inch, okay, so that this skirt will fit properly at the stomach region. Remember, the stomach is in front, so I'll connect this 3/4 to the side as demonstrated. Okay, so like I said, I have detailed tutorial on how to cut skirts, and I'll be dropping the link so that you can check all this out. So I'm using my front fabric to cut out the lining for the front. I'll reduce the length by 1 inch, the length of the lining. So after trimming this out, I've ruled out the hip line. Another hip line, I'm going to come in by half inch. That half inch for the foam, for the accommodation of the foam on the main fabric, is not needed on the lining, so I came in by that half inch. I'm going to cut it off. From that hip, I connected it to the waistline and then to the 18 inches line, which I've ruled out on my lining as well. This is not needed for the lining, only on the main fabric that you need to add that accommodation for the foam. So I'll trim this out. That's what I'm doing here. So when I turn this, you see the difference at the side, right? So I would quickly do the same thing for the back piece. I've cut out the lining with the main fabric. I've ruled out the hip line and the 18 inches line. On the hip line, I also came in by half inch, and I'll connect it to the waistline and then to the 18 inches line at the tip. That's where I'm connecting. Okay, so you don't need to actually cut out. You're connecting it to the last point at the tip, at the waist, and at the tip at the 18 inches line. So I've used my lining to cut out this pattern, and the pattern stopped at the 18 inches point, exactly what I have on my lining, but I've trimmed out the side seam allowance for both the front and the back. So now that I've trimmed this out, I'm going to remove my dart. The dart is not needed, so I've measured out 1 inch on the waist, and I'll connect it towards the hip. I'll stop like 2 inches before the hip line. That's how I've connected this. So I'll cut this out. The dart is not needed. Okay, I want to cut out the pattern for the foam for the padding. So I'll also trim out the joining allowance on the waist. Okay, I will start with the front one. After the front one, we'll work on the back pattern. Okay, so for the front part, from the waistline, I'm going to come down by 1.5 inches. You can decide to come down by 1 inch. Then on this hip line, this is my hip line, from the side I'm going to come in by 5.5 inches. This is dependent on the size of the person you're making this for. It is not constant. Then from the waist, I'm going to measure 16 inches, which will be where my padding will stop. Okay, so I'm going to rule across this measurement. Now I'm going to connect from here to here to here. I'm going to use my curve ruler. I'm going to connect from the 1.5 inches I came down from the waist to the 5.5 inches on the hip line, and then to that 16 inches line I measured just at the tip. I'm not connecting it to the end like that, so you can see what I've just done, and I'll cut this out. Okay, so you can decide to also place your ruler this way and connect. Okay, it all depends on you. So I'm noting my hip line and also marking the up and down so that I don't get confused once I cut this out. So I'll go ahead and cut this out. So for the back, the first thing will be to measure from the waist to the underbutt. Okay, so I'm going to have an underbutt line. It's usually around 13 inches for most people, but you go ahead and measure yours. So I use 13 inches here. I'm also measuring out the waist to 16 inches like I did for the front part, and I'm just going to rule across these two measurements like this. So after that, I'm going to label this is my hip line, this is my underbutt line, and this is the 16 inches line. From the waist I came down by 1.5 inches. From the zipper allowance on the hip line I came out by 1 inch. Then on the underbutt line from the side I came inward by 5 inches. So I'll connect these 3 points from this to this to this. So I'm going to connect from the 1.5 inches I came down by, just like I did for the front, to the measurements on the hip line 1 inch away from the zipper line, and on the underbutt on that measurement of 5 inches away from the side. So I'm connecting these 3 points. After connecting, I'll then bring down this measurement to the 16 inches line like this. So you can see what I have here. Then I'll go ahead and cut this out. I'll label the top part up and the bottom part down so I don't get confused. I'll cut this out. So you need 2 for each piece that you've just drafted. So I'm going to use my pattern to cut out my foam. I'll cut one and then place it on the other and cut the second one. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm also going to mark my hip line, the up and down on both foams. Okay, so that's what I've done here so that I don't get confused. I'll also go ahead to use the other pattern to cut the front side. After cutting, I'll place the one I've cut on the other and to cut it out. I'll also label the up and down so I don't get confused. So I won't want to leave the foam like this. I'm going to cut hairstay that I will use to cover the foam. So you need 2 pieces for each foam. Okay, so I've just placed them and I'm going to trace out my hairstay and cut this. You will be using your iron to iron it on the foam. So I'm just going to that's what I'll do. So now this is how it will be placed. You can see how I placed this so I don't get confused. So before I use the hairstay on it, I'm going to trim the sides. I'm going to trim it down so that when I attach it to the skirt, it's not going to be bulky by the side, so it doesn't look funny. So I'm trimming it. You can see how I'm trimming this down. Okay, so I'm trimming especially this side, okay, from one end, from one side to the other side. I'm not trimming the center part. Okay, so but if you want, you can trim down the center part, but since I'm joining the center part of the back to the center part of the front, I'm not really trimming that part down. I'm trimming just the edges like you can see me do. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. And another thing I would want you to take note of is that if you choose to trim a side, you don't trim the other side. Just choose that side and trim it. Okay, just watch what I'm doing and you understand what I'm saying. I've decided to trim this top part, so I would focus on trimming the sides of the top parts. So I wouldn't start trimming from the other side, so that it would you have a consistency when you join this. So that's what I'm doing here. I'll go ahead and trim this other side off camera so you see what I have. I've trimmed this. Then I'm going to show you how you join them. So how you join this, the part you've trimmed should be facing you. They are facing up. All the sides I trimmed are facing me. They are facing up. I'm going to iron my stay on this and cover them, and I've done that. I've covered them. I'm going to sew, holding it in place very close to the foam, but I'm not sewing on the foam. I'm still labeling so that you can see. I can see through my hairstay, so I'm labeling to not get confused as well. I'll sew round and then trim out the excess hairstay I have. Do you understand? So how I'm going to join this now is you're going to place this part facing you, place this small one on top of the big one like this. Are you seeing? And join with 1/2 inch allowance, and place this other one this side and join, so you don't end up joining 2 sides of the same side. Okay, so I've sewn round. As you can see what I have. I've sewn round, so I'm still trying to place them in the right order. I've trimmed out the excess hairstay I have, so I've placed them the way it should be on my skirt, and the part that I trimmed is still facing up, is still facing me. So I'll place this small one on the big one this way, and the big one on the small one this way. This way I'll make sure I have the correct size and not two sides of the same side. Do you understand? So I've joined them. This is what I have, and I've still placed them the way it should be on my fabric. So I've sewn in my darts for my fabric. I've joined the sides with my seam allowance of 1 inch. I've done the same for my lining. So I've done all that for both lining and my fabric. So the thing now is to attach this. The way you're going to attach it on your seam allowance, come down by 2 inches. Remember, on the pattern I came down by 1.5 inches, but on the fabric I have my joining allowance for the band, so I'll come down by 2 inches. Then please pay attention, the smaller part is going to be inward. Okay, that's for the front part. You're going to start sewing from the mark you made, and the seam on the foam should be touching the seam on the lining. Do you understand? Wrong sides facing each other, let me put it that way. The wrong side of the foam to the wrong side of the lining. So here on my machine I'm going to show you how you are going to join this. Okay, so this is the first one. Just remember that the inner part is the smaller part. Okay, so I'm just going to figure this out. This is the inner part, so wrong side of my lining is facing up, the wrong side of the foam is down, okay, touching the wrong side of the lining. And then I'm going to make sure that the seam, I'm sewing the seam, joining the two foams together on the seam of my lining. I don't know if I'm making sense. That seam that joins the lining to the front and the back together. So I'm just matching everything and sewing. Okay, so just watch how I'm doing. You take your time and make sure you sew it down correctly. So after attaching this, I'll quickly attach the other side, the other one to the other side. The same thing, I'm checking my measurements and still attaching it the same way. Okay, so it's basically the same thing I did for the first one, so that's what I'm doing for the second one. So after attaching it here, I'm going to sew round to hold it in place. I'm sewing with 1/2 inch allowance on the foam. As I'm sewing, I'm going to pull my lining tight so that I don't have anything squeezed in between as I'm sewing. I don't know if I'm making sense. You don't want to have excess fabric inside as you're sewing, so you want everything to be straightened out. So you can see me pulling my lining and making sure I'm sewing it without having extra lining inside as I'm sewing. So just watch what I'm doing. This is how you're going to sew yours. So I'm just going to demonstrate with just this one and repeat the same thing off camera for the other side. So after sewing this, I'm then going to bring my lining and my main fabric, you can see what I have, and join them by the hem with 1/2 inch allowance. Okay, make sure that your seam on lining and seam on main fabric are matching each other as you're sewing. After sewing, top stitch on your lining side and then use the lining to turn the zipper parts. Okay, that's what I did here. I didn't do an inseam finishing for joining the zip. I just used 1/2 inch to turn out my zipper allowance side. Okay, so you can see what I have here. You can see what I have. Okay, so I'll just go ahead, use the remaining 1 inch to join my zip and close up the side and attach my band. So at the end of the day, this is what I have. Okay, sorry guys, I forgot to show the end part of this skirt. Okay, like what the elastic looks like. So I'm using this skirt to show you because I also padded this particular skirt. Okay, so you can see my side elastic on the band. You can see how neatly I finished this. I have a tutorial on how you can do something like this. Okay, and I'll drop the link in the description box. And you can see also the back, so you can see where I sewed my part. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Bye.